Hey, what's going on, y'all? Happy Jank Day. It's your boy 3 Stacks in this thing, representing Team King of Games all day, every day. Today, I'm going to go over my Subterrors. It's been a while since I did an update on this deck. I'm going to try my hardest to fulfill all the deck requests that you make of me. If you have a deck request that's still pending, just know that I'm probably either A, looking for the cards, or B, just too broke to buy them. And I think one of the ones that's highest on my list, which is actually supposed to be next, is Metaphys Twilight Sworn. Metaphys Twilight Sworn has been pending for a while because I sold my Light Sworns, like all my Light Sworn cards. I sold them a while back because I needed money for my rent. So the Twilight Sworn thing has been taking a while. So I'm sorry, man. You know, I know you asked me for Metaphys Twilight Sworn like probably 2 weeks ago now, but you know, it's been real hard for me because, like I said, I sold the Light Sworns and I've been pretty broke lately. But yeah, this is a deck request I was able to fulfill because I happen to already have the Subterror card, so it wasn't even a matter of buying it. It was just literally just taking it and updating it. So yeah, without further ado, I'm going to showcase you how 3 Stacks runs Subterrors. I should have said Subterror Princess, but we play 3 copies of Terror Tray, the best monster in this deck. Then we play, actually, this is the best monster, okay? Phoenix is insane. Phoenix is so, oh my goodness. I don't even want to like explain it too much because I could sit here and talk about this girl for a long time. She's the best Subterror monster in the entire archetype. This card is not fair. She happens to be a hand trap that can negate any effect, by the way. She literally negates anything. Negates anything. Oh my gosh. She is just retarded. She's your Ash. She's your Gamma. She's, oh my gosh. She's just so good. She sets everything up. Then we play 2 copies of Nemesis Archer and also 2 copies of Nemesis Warrior. So the Nemesises, I only run 4 of them. To me, 2 and 2 is perfect. They're all searchable. You never want to clog with opening up with multiples. It wouldn't hurt to open up with 1, but it does hurt when you open with 2 of this or 2 of this. So I don't want to play 3, especially because this recurs itself from the grave. She's not as broken as she used to be when we were playing True King Lithosagin. The Earth True King is banned, so you know she's not as broken as she used to be, like I said. So yeah, just play 2 and 2, totally searchable through so many different aspects of the deck. Then for your Phoenixes, for your Behemoths, we play 3 copies of Stalagmo. Stalagmo is just my favorite. He has one of the largest bodies, and drawing is fun. I like drawing cards, and he's what allows me to make my rank 10s. I think I only play 1 rank 10, and it's my favorite one at the moment. But yeah, and sorry if I sound a little stuffed up. I'm sick. I can't do anything about it. If you're taking offense to it, hey, I'm sorry. I can't help it. And then 2 copies of Umastrix and also 1 copy of Ultramaphis. This is like your, I guess one could say, your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. You kind of just use your Prediction Princess Terror Tray to target him, flip everything else face down so that your opponent can no longer Link Summon, XYZ Summon, Synchro Summon, etc., etc. Sorry guys, I'm really sick. But yeah, that sums up pretty much the Subterror monster lineup. Everything you see here is pretty much standard. There's not much need for explanations if you know what Subterrors do. If you don't know what they do, just like let me know in the comment section down below, and I'll explain to you every Subterror monster you have a question about. Honestly, Phoenix is like the best. She's so dope, man. I like always search for her off of the field spell Hidden City. I'm always like trying to find as many ways possible to get her in hand. Like I like having 1 on field and 1 in hand. It's just really dope. And her hand trap effect, it works from field or hand, which is really retarded. I think the only downside is that she's a once per turn. You can only use each of her effects once per turn. If she wasn't, oh my gosh, she'd just be too broken. I'm gonna keep Phoenix here because she does count as a hand trap. She literally is. She's the best hand trap. I wish Konami just made a hand trap that says negate any effect. That would just be too broken. It'd be $100, probably $200 card. Then we have 3 copies of Ash Blossom, of course, in tandem with the Phoenix. So you play a bit more hand traps. 2 copies of Ogre and 2 copies of Joel Lockbird. 1 copy of Maxi. So you play about 3, 7, 8, 11 hand traps. The 3 Phoenix, the 3 Ash, that's 6. You know, the 2 Ogre, 2 Joel, that's 10. Maxi makes it 11. That pretty much sums up the monster count. I play the hand traps in this build just because I wanted to showcase you guys some form of competitiveness. And hand traps are fun, right? Who doesn't like hand traps? Correction, nobody likes them. Everybody thinks this is a boring format because it's all about hand traps. But if you play competitive, it's just a sacrifice you have to make. 3 copies of the Hidden City. This card's pretty dope. It can be ogred, by the way. It's when it's activated. It pretty much searches for your Subterror monsters and then it can like put them face down or face up. It negates attacks. It has some shenanigans. You know, it's a pretty cool field spell. After it's activated, it serves its purpose later on in the duel. Especially like, for example, when you Behemoth Burrowing, your flip effect monsters, your face down Subterrors basically can be targeted or destroyed, which forces your opponent to, you know, attack into them. If they declare an attack, you can either A, negate the attack or let the attack go through so that your Subterror gets flipped face up and you can activate its effect and, you know, do this, that, or the other, which is really cool. I also play 2 Ritual Sanctuary to extend my plays so that I can get as close to territory as possible. So, you know, if you don't open up with the pre-prep, you could just search out your pieces for territory with the Ritual Sanctuary, which is really, really nice. So you play 5 field spells, and of course the 3 Optimus Prime to search it out. I call Ritual Sanctuary Las Vegas, by the way. I just nicknamed it because, you know, everybody wants to get married in Vegas. Then we play the 3 copies of Pre-Preparation of Rites. This is my favorite spell in the entire game, man. I don't care what anybody says. This is my favorite spell. I love Pre-Prep so much. 2 copies of Pot of Desires. Believe it or not, I think I own like 12 or 15 copies of this spell. I loaded up on them. 2 Pot of Desires, 3 is too bricky, 2 is perfect in this deck. The ratio is fine. You naturally want to resolve it once. 1 for 1. And then for the ritual spell, you know, we play 3 Prediction Ritual. Because you're trying to summon territory, and you do play Desire, so you kind of need to maximize on her ritual. In addition to that, you need your pre-prep targets, because its first target is a ritual spell. If you can't search the ritual spell, you can't resolve pre-prep whatsoever. Very important to play 3 of her ritual. Even though one could say, oh, it bricks. I mean, you're kind of playing a ritual deck. You kind of need her ritual spell to ritual summon her. So if you have the ritual spell in hand, think of it this way. You have territory. 1 for 1 is just here for the Behemoth Fiendess. I find her to be that important. Like, she's just really, really good. I wanted to play a 4th copy of her. In addition to that, we play the 1 Soul Charge to sum up the spells. So you can plus pretty heavy off of the pre-prep. You know, you search off your Ritual Sanctuary. Search off of your Hidden City. You got the Terraformings to get you there. You got Pot of Desires. The deck's pretty consistent. You know, there's no bad spells. Pretty much every spell outside of, I guess, Prediction Ritual gets to decked in. Or, you know, these accumulate field presence, which is really dope. But in the grand scheme of things, they're summoning out monsters that can actually deck in further, like Stalagmo, for example. So every spell serves utility for this deck, which is really nice. Oh yeah, Prediction Ritual also searches. You can banish it to search for a Prediction Princess monster, which will be Territory. For the traps, I could have played Strikes, evenly matched, all that. I chose the traps that gave me the most synergy with my plays. 2 Behemoth Burrowing and 2 Final Battle. I could have just played 3 Final Battle. It was really just space issues. I have a 3rd right here. I'm just waiting for that new Subterror card that searches for any Subterror card. Then I might just play 1 of this and 1 of this. Behemoth Burrowing is really nice. It just makes it so that your opponent has no choice but to force the activation of your Subterrors, which is really dope. The protection that it provides is nice. Like, Final Battle and Behemoth Burrowing at the same turn is so much protection. It's really, really dope. And Final Battle doesn't even have to protect you. It can be used defensively or aggressively. So that pretty much sums up the trap. Like I said, it could have been Strikes, evenly matched, whatever I wanted it to be. And for the extra deck, I played 2 Behemoth Fiendess. This card is way better than my Prediction Princess Shaddolls. I feel like it is. It doesn't really serve much purpose in its own deck, but it does kickstart the engine and make things a lot faster. You cannot link someone with face downs, but you basically flip your Subterrors, use their effects, then link someone with them afterwards. Then we play 2 Firewalls, 1 Board Load, 2 Link 3s in the form of Decode and Gaia. Then we play Link 2s, Mrs. Radiant, and Proxy. I play more links than anything because XYZs never come up really. It's like you don't have too many of the same level. You have like, you know, quite a few level 3s because the hand traps count. And then, you know, you have Nemesis Archer. But you never really want to leave her on field to XYZ. You obviously want to pop her with her own effect, you know, like run her into something or stuff like that. So she just like, it's better to use her effect than it is to leave her on the field. And then it's like, you know, you can make a rank 7, but you never really get 2 Uma's tricks on the field. You never really get to Nemesis Warrior on the field without using his effect to summon a Behemoth from the deck. So it's like, you can XYZ, but it's never the ideal play to make. So I was like, I guess I'm just going to play more links than anything. And yes, you cannot link someone with face downs, but they're flip monsters. You flip them face up, use their effects, link someone with them. So they serve multiple purposes. So that's summing up the link portion of the deck. And then the XYZs are the rank 10 I chose, which is Super Dora. Utopia the Lightning, Baguska, Tornado Dragon. The 1 rank 3 is Break Sword. I was like, what rank 3 would be like good? Like, you know, just work the one slot, because I was like, I'm gonna play one rank 3. I was like, it has to be a really, really good one. Now I was like, oh, Great Sword's pretty good. And yeah, once you resolve the Behemoth Phoenix, it actually allows you to further extend your plays to either link summon to higher links, or it actually just sets you up perfectly. Like if you have this and the Phoenix, not this Phoenix, but the other Phoenix, which I think is pretty cool that there's 2 Phoenixes, because I love Phoenix. She's like the main reason why this deck's any good at all. Where's my girl Phoenix at? And if you notice, these are actually the same person. This is her, and in her Behemoth form. If you notice, they really are the same person. But yeah, if you have both your Phoenixes, you're set up like you're golden. I'm not saying you're winning that duel, but you're gonna do the best that you can. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this deck profile. God bless you. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. Stay tuned for a few updates and deck profiles. I'm trying to put in a lot of work today because, you know, I've been decommissioned for a while, and I want this channel to be successful and also consistent with the content. With that said, God bless you guys. Y'all have a wonderful day. You'll be hearing from me soon, and I love y'all. Peace out.